Okay.
So welcome to the World Council of Churches booth at the Kirchentag in Germany. And today we are here with Reverend Plaatjies van Huffel. She is the Africa President of the World Council of Churches, so it's a great honor to have you here with us. And we'd be happy to hear about your experience at the Kirchentag.
I do think the Kirchentag is a major ecumenical event. It's the very first time I ever attend a Kirchentag. It's a lot of excellent, well-prepared presentations. So it's balancing quite excellently well. A high level of spirituality, excellent Bible studies, excellent worship, which we can attend. Also, the other side, they also have excellent programs which attend to social justice issues. So for me, being here is a great experience to get connected with a lot of ecumenical partners as well. So I do think the Kirchentag is doing a great contribution to Christianity, not only in Europe, also in Africa, in the world at large.
Thank you. Now, yesterday you were leading a Bible study in dialogue with Dr. Hein Bucher of the Reformed Church here in Germany. Can you tell us a little bit about the topic of the Bible study and the findings that you brought?
Okay, when me and the doctor attend to Genesis, and it was a very familiar scripture reading which we attended to, meaning it's a familiar scripture reading about Genesis 33 concerning Jacob and Esau meeting each other and reconciled. And we too came to the text knowing the Bible stories, in the children's Bible about Jacob and Esau meeting each other. But when we delve deep and deep and deep in the text, something emerged. For the very first time during my own research of this text, I realized this text is telling us a lot of things which are applicable even today in our journey on a pilgrimage. So I think to the issue about the pilgrimage, about justice and peace, about which the WCC embarked on in Busan in 2013. I also referred in my Bible study to the contribution of somebody like Konrad Reiser, the former General Secretary of the World Council of Churches. He referred then to a very important thing concerning reconciliation. He said reconciliation had been a church word, but it's currently utilized more and more by secular state actors in order to bring about this very important notion about reconciliation. So I work about, when I read about more and more about how the WCC went about with reconciliation, I suddenly realized this text is very much applicable, because when Jacob and Esau meet each other, when they met each other, it was not only meeting each other, it's about the empower, about power, about property, about how we go about when we reconcile with the other. So with the enemy, with somebody would you think you should rather go about and go at war, because Esau on his side, when he approached his brother, he came with 400 army, and Jacob on his side came with all his property and with his wife and his children. But when they meet each other, they met each other as brothers. And what is then said in my Bible study was the following: reconciliation is not about only hugging and kissing each other. It's more about hugging and kissing. And we see when the two brothers meet each other, we see God at work, because it is reconciliation is always the act of God. It's also God interacting with us as human beings. So what I tried to convey to the people out there was to say that when I read the scripture reading, I realized for the very first time Esau have a just cause to kill his brother, because he already declared that he's going to kill his brother if he have the opportunity 20 years ago. And suddenly when his brother appeared before him, he then say no. With his ex, he kissed and he hugged and he cried on his brother's shoulder. And he said with that, he don't have any longer this thing about justifying to go at war with his brother, with his 400 army men. He rather reconcile with his brother. And what they also convey is the way they attend to the word blessing in the scripture reading. Blessing, it is a very important because it refers also to the blessing in the Old Testament which Jacob took away from Esau. And in this scripture reading, they use the word blessing over the Hebrew word baracha in order to stay quite clear to each other. The blessing which you want to give me belongs to you, say Esau to his brother. And on the other side, Jacob says, take the blessing. And it means that when Esau accept the blessing, he also acknowledge that Jacob has the right now to the blessing which the Lord is giving him at this point of time. At the end of this scripture, this Bible study, I then conclude then to say, at the end when they depart, Esau requested his brother to journey with him to Zaire. And Zaire is his property, his land, is also called Edom. But then Jacob said, no, my brother, my children is too weak. And I stated quite clearly, he made some excuses not to go travel with his brother. So when Esau went to the south direction, he went rather to the west direction, and he built a house, meaning he settled. So the scripture is also about exiles, about strangers in our midst, how we attend to the issue about strangers, how we attend to the issue about exiles, how we attend even to the issue about just war. And it means that, like we state quite clearly in WCC, we are across the globe, there's a notion evolving that we should rather move in the direction of just peace, and that is what I want to convey in a Bible study.
Thank you very much. Maybe one final question. As the president of the World Council of Churches for Africa, and this year is also Africa Focus on our pilgrimage of justice and peace, is there something that stood out for you already during this year, or something that you're looking forward to?
I'm seeing forward in the WCC work which I'm doing, and seeing forward to our book which we're going to publish next year. We are working, we are having excellent people working together with me and Isabel Piri. We are co-editors of this book, and we're going to involve established scholars as well as maybe not so established scholars in order to journey with us, to pilgrimage with us, in order to bring a contribution about the African perspective about the pilgrimage of justice and peace. I do think my own reflection about the Kirchentag, I do think we as Africans can learn quite a lot. What I learned here maybe from something was, yes, a lot of people from Africa attending this Kirchentag, even on their own cost. And it has amazed me, really. Because we in Africa, we should also ask for us, what made the people travel across the globe to an international gathering in another continent? Is it maybe because it is a topic which is maybe here which they want to attend? Is it something which they are doing right? I do think we in Africa, when we are going to call upon our people to attend maybe a large conference, that they will do so. And maybe we in Africa should really come together, because in Africa we have a problem with law, we have a problem with religion, we have a problem with social justice issues. We must attend to these issues on a broad scale. So I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.